lads, and welcome to Division 5 Singapore Rush Racing League. I'm Mitzdito, your commentator tonight, joined by Whiff Batif. How are you, mate?
Not too bad, mate. How about yourself?
Yeah, mate, looking forward to this one. Saw a bit of a chaotic race last night, obviously with Div 2 and 4. So I'm sure tonight will deliver the same. But yeah, it's bit tight in the championship, man, but we'll talk about all that before when we go over to the gameplay. But before all that, I'll thank our sponsors, S Nation, SimLab, Pagnian, and of course AI369. But we'll jump over to gameplay now because I believe they're out to go back out already. Oh no, almost.
Just about to go out.
But yeah, mate, what's your thoughts on tonight? I mean, after last night, it could be anything. We didn't see any rain in Div 2 or 4, not that I can remember. So could be some rain tonight. We never know. Russ.
Well, judging from my little weatherman that I've got here, thanks to Vettel, it looks like it's going to be a wet sprint race. So that is going to be very interesting, though.
Yeah, last week we had a bit of a gamble with the weather in Div 5 as well. Could be interesting. Singapore last season was quite tricky with the weather, but the last few rounds they haven't had any issues with it. Tonight could be a different story for you guys reserving up tonight, and a few new names on the grid. David reserving up from Div 6 for the Red Bull. Seafoals is reserving in. Claire also showing the first appearance tonight, reserving. I think that is all of the newcomers, but a fair few reserves reserving up as well. Cars coming out.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see what they can do and see if this is the right div for them.
Dynasty saying rain in the sprint. Could be interesting is see if any of the guys choose for a wet setup. I would doubt it. They would probably opt to have a wet setup for dry setup for the feature. Ados the first out on track, has had a bit of rocky few rounds, has the pace, but just trying to piece together a race at this stage. Out on softs.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, a few guys actually sitting on the pits and softs too, so some people forget I've done it myself. Going out early on the softs, it's not ideal. I'd say that's probably what happened here with Ados. We have to make sure this lap counts.
Very early to be going out on the softs. You really want to just save them right for the end and get the best track conditions with the best tyre wear. But we'll see how he goes. Just about to start his lap now, if you want to take it away.
Yeah, he's just coming around the last few corners. He'll flick it to hot lap. He's actually going to dive into the pits. I'd say he's probably listening to the comms. He'll probably try and
maybe. There's a pretty high chance.
It still won't be ideal, that outlap, but he'll probably try and save him now to the end, which is good. I couldn't get an engineer sorted tonight, so he's probably just listening to me over the comms. So that is ideal to get in the pits at Ados. Anyway, we'll jump on. Who else is on a fly? I think
Cross Eyes has just come through turn 4 at the moment. He's on the first TRS straight, apart from the start-finish straight.
Yeah, we'll jump on board with him. Obviously fastest in that sector.
Very tricky part to go right here.
Yeah, he was on the podium last week and has been super quick as of late, so he is one to watch out for tonight. Getting his lap in on the mediums nice and early. He's very aggressive on the turn in there. Obviously this game model suits the flick steering. Very tidy through here, no lock up. Deep into the race.
Deep.
Yeah, he does, but he's he's pushing hard for a banker, which is what you want to see. 30% battery now.
Might be a little bit worried that he might run out of some battery.
Yeah, he probably
has. Because if you look at that, that's at 10% already.
Yeah, should recover a little bit through this braking zone, but yeah, he's not going to have much to the line now. This will set the pace.
Actually, very nicely.
28.1.
So 128.1.
That's actually
not bad. Not a bad lap.
Yeah, I think that's similar to what we were seeing last night on the mediums.
Got a couple of people starting their laps now. We've got Drift going P2 with a 1:30.998. So it seems like there's some time in that lap compared to Crosseyes there. Then Bronco goes even slower. So I think he's just backed out, and it looks to be going again. We want to ride on board with him.
Yeah, we'll jump on board with Bucking Bronco. He just started his lap, so yeah, he must have just warmed those tires. I saw that a fair bit in Div 4 and Div 2. Guys doing 2-hour laps on the medium sometimes suits the tyre temp. The Haas P1, P2 currently.
Yeah, and Seafold's in P3. So looking pretty good for the houses at the moment. There's still a second between Crosseyes and Chef.
Yeah, big gap there. Crosseyes really putting the hammer down early. It looks like Crosseyes is actually still doing laps, so he might actually do another one. Bronco though now through the middle sector. Tidy lap so far, really pushing it through there, almost clipping the wall.
We've got a soft lap. MSG Overloaded's done a soft lap. He's only gone 5th fastest though, so not too great if that was his pure pace there, but guess we'll see. Flubber's also gone 2nd. Got a couple cars coming across the line now. TMT on the softs has gone 3rd. Drift has gone 2nd, just behind Crosseyes there.
Oh no, Bronco.
Got a McLaren.
Bronco's invalidated.
What's he done?
Just invalidated.
Oh no, right at the end of the lap too.
I'd be frustrated with that.
See what he would have done. Whoa.
Don't know who
That would have been around P3, P4.
very frustrating there for. I think.
Got Tudor on a lap. He's just invalidated, so he's starting again. Also got Seafold starting a lap.
Yeah, we'll go with.
And a couple of people coming into the pits. So
See what Tudor can do. Is he's just started a lap. Burning a little bit of battery up to 7th gear or 6th. We'll flick it down to 4. Very hard to get the traction down there depending on your assist. That tyre is now 2 laps old, so it's a little bit off the optimal, but nice and warm. It goes fastest in that
gone
sector.
purple.
So maybe this is the strategy to do a couple extra laps on the medium. Ooh, very deep.
It's very close to the motor wall there.
He's on a push that for sure here, burning a little bit of battery. And now through a very
so close.
daunting part.
So close to the walls.
Yeah, he's like hugging the apexes. Very good lap so far from Tudor. Very scary lap.
Very nicely.
Very close to the wall again there. Ferrari also doing the same in the background. No invalidation though. Very easy to do it on the exit of that corner. Burns his rest of his battery. Needs to save a bit. Leaves about 20, which is perfect here. Once again, through the last little chicane, and this is where you can hold it flat depending on your tyre and your whatever. Just has to back off a little bit
pretty
there.
big lift.
And he will go P4 still with a 28.
P4, we've got a Ferrari as well that's Seafold, who's gone P3. So I feel like the track's ramping up a bit. Tito.
I think it will be. Both Williams had to pit too, I think, invalidate. A lot of guys invalidating. Inmay's still out there on track. I think he might go again.
No, he's coming in.
So maybe it's starting to run into soft territory. Now, everyone will probably just wait it out. A few guys still on track. Shea up in P6. He needs to get back to the pits if he wants to.
He's out of fuel.
He's out of fuel, so he might just have time. I think he will. Seafolds probably won't though. It'll be interesting.
Jeb was just flicking the overtake button there just to say good day, but yeah, Dynasty's just in chat. Tudor won't have enough time. Well, he might, but it'll be pretty close.
Yeah. It'll be a push.
Yeah. Same with Seafolds as well. They're going to be. I think that might be it for them. It'll take time to get wheeled into the pits and then get back out. So We just have to wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, I think he went just got the timing wrong. Sorry, I'm just
Yeah,
trying.
we've got Roshan in the chat saying that they have to go out before the clock hits 2 minutes. So it'll be close. So kick is at the end of the pit garages. So yeah, it'll be very close.
Yeah. Sorry, man.
Got
I'm
a
just
lot of
trying to
people on
sort
track now.
something out on the chat.
Yep. Um, look. All right. Might go on board with Ados, who I think is on a lap, and there's a Ferrari right in front of him. So hopefully he sees him and gets out of the way.
Whoa.
Oh, he hits the wall.
He does,
I think he's
get out of the way.
I think he's got damage.
No, he
No,
doesn't.
no damage for Ados, but that wouldn't have helped him. Coming through this tight part now. Whoa, super close to that wall.
Absolutely, he's pushing. He has to try and make up some time now with that, obviously, mistake there hitting the wall. He has a few cars in front. He might be able to get a little bit of a tow, as I don't think they're on laps. Ados will be the first to complete his last runs, I think.
Yeah, definitely looks like it.
Comes around the
So we'll see where he goes.
final corner. Now, no battery left, a little bit to burn. He goes fastest.
Whoa.
I think a lot of guys have to improve though, but that's a solid time from Ados. We'll see who's on a next. I think Flubber just started a lap. See if anyone's a little bit closer to finishing. Oh, what's happened there?
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no, that's right in the way.
That's in the worst spot possible to stop.
Just trying to see how long left. 20 seconds. So yeah, Seafoles and Tudor aren't going to make it. Seafoles also burnt his set of softs, so I think Tudor's just kind of saved it for the race. But we'll go on board with Claire, who looks to be the last one, or the first one to finish a lap.
Yeah, obviously it says fastest, but I think that's just because she hasn't set a time. We'll see what she can do in these last few corners, you know.
Heaps of battery left, so we'll see.
Yeah, a lot of battery. Probably wants to burn those. Maybe going again. No, Colley's finish.
Goes 11th.
Goes 11th.
So that is... Whoa. It's still ahead of MSG Overloaded and Bronco at the moment. Trying to see if anyone's invalid. It doesn't look like it.
Goes fastest, or almost second.
Wow.
27-0. So if these guys can get a lap down at this point, they're going to go very quick, but it's very hard. So here they come.
Flubber's gone P2. Chef has just overtaken him though.
He yellows again. I'm trying to see who's next to finish a lap. Drift comes across the line to Aston. He goes second.
P2. Got the Mercedes now. Got Tyler coming through the last corner out of the deploy. Goes P3. Vettel behind him. Goes P4. Got SJ. P7. Immediately gets pushed down to P8 from Matty. Minmay goes P6. So that is a really good qualifying from him.
Yeah, I mean, I was just trying to keep up with who was doing laps there. The Mercs really left it to the last minute. They had no times on the board till that last lap. But very solid quality from them. P3, P5, cross size takes pole. He's been super quick here, hasn't he?
Yeah. I am kind of worried that he might have a dry setup because remember it is a wet race, a wet sprint race. So yes, we'll see. Drift is very quick in the wet, as is proven, but yeah, might just be a setup thing there.
Yeah, I'm not sure, mate. There's a few guys didn't get a soft tyre run too. Seafoles and Tudor. they didn't get that timing right, so they would be frustrated with that. But big news too, MSG obviously, big crash in quali, so retiring there. But Cross-Eyes Adrift and Tyler will be your top 3 in this sprint quali. Or starting to see who can hold that line into into turn 1. That's a horrible start. It looks very wet, very overcast, but not raining.
Yeah, it's the complete opposite to what the weather said before. I'll just have a look at Mr. Vettel's stream again. It's dry into wet. So, yep, thanks to honesty. I'm 2 seconds ahead of you. But that's going to be really interesting. We might see some softs here. It looks like it's going to be heavy rain as well. So, yeah, softs is looking possible.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't want to start on mediums if you're only going to pit lap 3, but right now I can't see any clouds.
Yeah, there's no cloud, so not too sure what's going on there. But we are about to go green. About a second. There we are. We've got 5 red lights, and they're off eventually. We've got a good launch from Cross-Eyes. He is miles ahead, but Drift looking up the inside as well. Going defensive from Tyler. Tyler goes around the outside, but look behind him as well. We've got Vettel around the outside of Matty. Doesn't make it stick.
Oh, Ados
takes a look up the inside. There's a crash.
Yeah, Ados is around. They got tapped, I think. I'm not sure what happened there. As we see, everyone else seems to be going the right way, but yeah, a bit of carnage in the Burke. He's fallen a fair way back. Gangster and Claire battling it out, but everyone else sort of staying where they started, moving up.
Oh. Claire's just been spun, and I think Seafols has damage as well. He sends it up the inside of Gangster, so I think Gangster's just... Oh, there's a big crash at the back. TMT's out.
Oh, no.
Oh, an unsafe rejoin there for MSG.
Yeah, and Ados now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ados will have to pit even more.
Actually, I don't know if he has any damage after all that.
Gangster's in the wall as well. And David goes through. But
chaotic start. Trying to keep up with it all. But moving up to the overtakes up there. There's not usually any safety cars in the sprint anyway, so unfortunately these guys won't get to recover from that.
Yeah, there's no safety cars here. Ados and MSG just going at it again. But remember, they both have damage. They're still side by side though. They're still trying to stick it. I think MSG doesn't have damage. I'd say he has some side pod damage, but obviously we can't see that. But
very interesting.
We got Flubber going for it on Minmay. Down the inside of turn 4.
Oh.
Sticks it side by side.
Doesn't get it done though.
Deer available now, so he'll get that done. Can Chef try and follow him through? Goes for the tiniest of gaps.
Oh, Chef almost went down there. Yeah. Minmay is sitting duck there with no DRS, so unfortunately lost 2 positions. Have to work in there. Maybe it's best for him just sitting that DRS, tow along, moving up the top. Cross-Eyes hasn't broken away out of DRS. Tyler hanging in there. Drifts P3. Matty's still P4 and Vettel rounding up the top 5. Flubber though, there's a fair bit of a gap. 1.7.
Chef has just hit the wall pretty hard, and how does he not have damage from that? That is a wow. So not expecting that. I thought he would have had a lot more damage, but it looks like a good start for Tudor and Claire, up 4 and 5 positions. So definitely making it back from where they qualified.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Tudor now trying to chase down SJ, 3 tenths, 4 tenths, trying to get in behind his teammate so they can start working together. But he is under some pressure from Bronco behind. And these guys wouldn't probably be comfortable being down here. They probably felt like they had a little bit more pace. I think Tudor was one of the ones that didn't get a soft tyre on, so they'll charge up in the sprint race.
It was him and Seafols. Bronco's getting very close to the wall on the exit there. See what happens. Flubber was catching the guys in front, but because of that DRS, it's so powerful. SJ gets a 3-second already in the sprint on lap 3. Tudor and Bronco got very close to the motor wall yet again.
Yeah, not ideal for SJ. Is Matty now getting very close to the back of drifts. We could see an overtake lined up here for the podium positions, but Vettel also hanging in there. This is the sprint, so they need to get these moves done pretty quickly. Not many laps in this race.
Yeah, points go down to 8th in the sprint, so very important to get some positions here. Chef was very close to losing DRS to Flubber. I think it was over a second at one point. So it's done well to stay in there, but I can almost guarantee with his battery, Flubber will start to fall back just a little bit.
Yeah, it's possible. May needs to try and earn a little bit or something to try and get in there, but that top 5 is on some serious pace at the moment. Move a little bit further down, Bronco in this battle pack is now invited Claire to join the back of it. But these guys are getting very close. It's probably one of the closest packs other than the top 5.
SJ just hit the wall on the exit of turn 4. That lets Tudor have a look down the inside. They're getting very close. I think they make contact on the entry. SJ goes off the track. I don't know if he was forced off. But he gets an illegal, has to give that back. That might allow Bronco to get through as well.
Yeah, this is going to leave SJ vulnerable for the straight. Let's see if Bronco goes for it. Doesn't look like he's close enough. SJ can breathe a little bit, cure some of that battery back. And it's the sole McLaren tonight. Currently P10, which isn't the worst spot to be. This battle pack could invite all sorts. Claire gets a penalty.
Oh no.
I mean, we could see some penalties start to roll in now. I was just seeing them over the last 2 rounds, Div 2 and 4 last night. A lot of penalties.
Chef is very close to losing the DRS again. Don't think he had it for that last straight, but he definitely doesn't have it here. That might allow Minmay to go for the move on this straight. Just have to watch and see. He might try and wait until turn 4, between turns 4 and 5. So we will see. Oh, they both had a bit of a moment there.
Yeah, big snap.
Got Bronco and Claire side by side as well.
Minmay doesn't go for it. Claire backs out of her move too, so we'll move back up to the top because Vettel's getting super close to Matty now too.
Oh, Minmay spun.
Oh no, damage! I saw it.
There was yeah, there was contact with him and Chef. I'm not too sure what happened there. Claire's been spun behind. Minmay loses out to SJ, and I think Claire's got away with no damage there. But Claire looks up the inside.
Oh,
tries to make it work, but Minmay doesn't have a wing.
Yeah, Minmay needs
no
the box.
wing.
He will not be able to get that car home.
Very close. Seafall's up the inside as well.
Seafall's
He's trying to keep it safe, but
yeah, that's a terrible spot.
Not too much
no
you can
wing.
do.
Yeah, Seafalls did well to get around there. So everyone all safe. He'll have to pit, chuck on some, probably some softs. I'd say to burn old tyres. I don't know.
Yeah, well, this rain doesn't seem to be coming just yet, so I'm not sure we'll see some inters. But Tudor's getting very close to Chef. He takes him before turn 1, very close to it. Chef taps the back of Tudor, gives him a little bit of a half spin. He will have DRS for this next straight, so see what happens. Tudor was on none, I think. But see what happens here. These two burning all their battery, seeing who can get in front. Chef gets ahead, but his battery was on mid-corner. And Matty's retired.
What's happened?
He's hit the wall. He's hit the murder wall.
Oh, no.
Which we knew was going to happen. That wall sticks out in the directly in the middle there, so his car would have just blown up.
I'm not sure what happened with Tudor and NCT. It looked like NCT had a bit of a glitch too. Went goes for a
I
second.
did see that, yeah.
Now Tudor still behind, looking like he might want to line up another overtake. A lot of battery still to burn, but it's only a matter of time before Chef falls victim because he's got no DRS now.
Yeah. Still plenty of time in this sprint. Flubber's dropped Chef and the car's behind, but he hasn't really caught the cars in front, so he's in the middle of nowhere at the moment. But it's looking like a pretty good result for the Mercedes in this sprint.
Yeah, currently P1, P4. Has still
And the
looking
Haas
quite,
too.
Yeah, looking quite solid. Tudor not going for the move into turn 1. We'll go up to the top. Is this top 4? This battle is now even more intense. Obviously, Matty now out of that. It's just these 4 for the P1 at the moment. Flubber will probably not be able to close that gap in. Cross Eyes all alone up there in the house. The Mercs can work together here. Drifts also.
Tudor's going for it on Chef. Around the outside, MSG Overloaded has hit the pit entry wall, it looks like. How has that happened there? I'm just trying to get a look. He has. He has hit the pit entry wall, so not a good sprint race from him.
No.
Going back to this mid pack here, it's getting very spicy here. It's SJ and Claire both have 3 seconds, so they might try and fight each other.
Well,
There might be some pens ahead, so they want to get past everyone else. We got Claire and Bronco going side by side. Claire goes defensive on the inside and keeps the position from Bronco. Holding him up just a little bit. Bronco's burning it all. Claire on the outside now. See what happens. Bronco goes very deep, but sticks the move very well there. So that's him into the points with SJ's 3 second. Whoa! Claire's just got Bronco back from the outside of the straight.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. But they've both lost DRS now, I think.
Just having a look
Yes,
in the
they have.
chats. I think the two. I'm not sure if the Alpine and TMT just sing. TMT might have been taken out at the start. With the crash, but we'll have to wait and see what the stewards say about that. But just heard that from TMT. They have a chance to recover in the feature race. Vettel though looking very dangerous now in the bucket drifts. Drifts holding off though. Vettel's probably starting to get frustrated. He'll probably want to get past sooner or later. There's not many laps left. Tyler might be able to help in some way here, but they won't want to throw away the win.
Yeah, they might want one of them ahead going onto the final lap and let the other one try and overtake with the DRS, but yeah, there's 4 cars here, so that'll be pretty tricky for them. Going to the closest battle on track at the moment, Seafols and Bronco go side by side into the final sector, final couple of corners. Seafols gets it done, albeit with a bit of a moment on the exit.
Yeah.
Dynasty's just saying there'll be no switching of drivers, so no games with the Mercs.
Okay, thanks, Don. But Seafols and Bronco are in their own little battle here. They've got no one around them, so they can battle it out. Claire and SJ can battle it out for that last point in the sprint race. They both have penalties. So there's a few battles yet to be resolved, and this top one position is yet to change too. And there's another yellow. I think that's Ados. Got no wing. He gets tried to pit.
Too sure what's up there. He's on the soft since the start, so he might have just been waiting for the rain, which
Never came.
seems to, yeah. Seems to have just gone away now. But Tyler's almost dropped Cross Eyes from DRS. Has more battery than Cross Eyes, so this will be interesting to see what happens. He's burning it all on this straight here, trying to just get away. SJ and Chef go at it. I think Chef has had a bit of a moment. Claire's gone through as well,
Yeah,
but
it's
Chef's burning the back. He looks at the inside. Oh. Goes for a very late move there.
no issues though. It's Drifts now starting to really close in on Crosseyes. Crosseyes has lost the DRS. This is dangerous. Now, Drift's going to make a play here. He has to do it now. And he'll burn the rest of his battery. Crosseyes going to burn too though and try and defend it, but Crosseyes got nothing, no DRS. Does the Merc? Vettel go for it? He doesn't. Drifts now P2.
Vettel's got the most battery out of all these three by quite a lot, so he might just be playing the patient game, just trying to see if they kind of kill each other a bit. But he can play this really smart here.
Yeah, it'll be very hard to make 2 overtakes in that last lap, so you'd be hoping, like you said, for something to unfold here. Crosseyes still back. He's actually dropping off, and Ados is retired.
Ados
in the pits.
That's in the pits. That's fair enough.
He's
out of the points anyway, so
yeah. Well, Crosseyes is really struggling in this last few laps, dropping a bit of pace off to Drifts. Drifts is actually could get into DRS. I mean, it's a big ask, but
it's getting closer.
He's just out of it. 1 lap remaining. Moving a little bit further, Claire and SJ now battling out. Decides not to go for the move. See if she lines it up on the main straight with the DRS. SJ really burning to try and hold off here, defending that.
Just got no battery. No battery compared to Claire. Claire gets it done. There's still a bit of contact. Pushes SJ a bit wide. I think he would have got a warning there. But Claire does decide to give it back. Maybe just trying to get the DRS for this next straight. Further up the top, Vettel hasn't got it done. Crosseyes right on the back of Drifts. Vettel right on the back of him. But Claire up the inside now of SJ. Decides to back out of it. She will get the DRS to the next couple of corners. Seapols has spun.
Very interesting.
I think that would have been helped by someone else, but I'm not too sure who.
Have to wait and see, because I'm not sure. I didn't see anyone near him, but let's see what happened there. Vettel still hasn't managed to get past. Yeah, SJ and Claire's battle starts to resolve out to 6/10. Vettel might have one last ditch effort to Crosseyes, but Tyler will wrap this up for the sprint.
Yeah, Tyler with the sprint win has just kind of run away with it, but
very well.
Not too easily there.
Oh, Crosseyes and Vettel, that's almost side by side across the line. What happens here for P7?
The rain started. The rain has finally come.
Oh,
but SJ goes off track again on the exit. Bronco gets a 3-second, which don't think will matter.
No, it won't, because Seafolds also has a... And
oh, but he would have got SJ and Claire, so they would have put him in the points. That's
frustrating.
Super unlucky there for Bronco.
That is your sprint race resolved, and we did end up getting rain in the last lap. The last corner.
Last corner.
It wasn't really... lucky not everyone went on the softs. It didn't go to plan for Ados. He actually ended up putting on inters, but didn't go to plan.
Tried to put on inters, but didn't make it.
Didn't make it to the rain.
But yeah, pretty chaotic there, even for just a sprint.
Chaotic, but not too chaotic. I mean, there was a bit of interesting stuff, but I think that's just what's to come with obviously the feature, and now we've got another hot quality. Everyone will get a chance to reset. You usually can change your setups too, so if they weren't happy with that setup, they can change it. Some of the guys actually might have had a wet setup on for that first sprint. These are all results. Tyler doing all he needs to do for the championship, sealing P1. continuing to just rake in the points, and it's a big blow for Matty DNFing there. He was in a solid position. See what he can do in the feature.
Big movers there were Tudor and Claire, both going up 8 positions. So if it's anything to go by, then looking like some good race pace from both of them there.
Yeah, hopefully, see how they go in quality. They probably want to be qualifying a little bit higher up, and they won't have to do that many overtakes, and they might be in contention for some big points, but wait and see here. And it looks like no rain once again. So
it looks like it's fully dry from here on out.
Everyone will have even pace now to deal with as we just wait for the guys to come out on track. Like I said, so they can all change their setups now again, so bit of time to waste. Who's your eye on pole for this one?
I mean, the obvious choice would be Cross Eyes. I think he's just coming out of the pits now. Both of the Hasses are, so I feel like Cross Eyes is the obvious choice, but don't want to be biased here. But I know Tudor can hook something up, so he's looking pretty quick around here.
Yeah, we haven't seen his true pace yet either on the soft tyre, so one to watch for sure is Cross Eyes out with his teammate. A few other drivers coming out now too, but it was super quick in qualifying 1 and sprint qualifying. A few guys haven't showed their pace though, like you said, Tudor, no soft tyre run in sprint quali. I've obviously seen Tyler can be really quick too. A few guys can contend for pole here.
I'm sorry, I'll just be back in 1 second.
You're right, mate. Cross Eyes now on quite a bit of a push lap to get around to start his lap. He's not wasting any time. So his teammate right behind, so he might actually be giving Chef a little bit of a tow, which probably won't be as all beneficial as the other truck we've had lately, but still help no matter what. Comes around to the final few oh Jesus, sorry guys. Final few corners now to start his lap. He'll burn a little bit of battery as he crosses the line, flick the DRS on and try and not invalidate into this turn. You want to carry as much speed through here as you can. Traction or no traction, usually third gear out of there. Ferrari getting out of the way nice and easy there, no problems. He's got another car in front, but I think he knows he's there. Cross Eyes will set the fastest first sector. We'll see what that time is. 26.3, solid first sector. Yeah, mate. Yeah, looking forward to Wednesday.
Alright, sorry about that.
No worries, man. Cross Eyes now starting the second sector. Got a little bit of traffic. He might get a little bit of a tow here. Hopefully he gets out of the way before it becomes a problem. He's actually very close now. Extremely close, and that probably did hurt Cross Eyes, I'm not gonna lie. Just see what happens there. Very tidy lap from Cross Eyes. He's using all the track too. No snaps of oversteer just yet. Got a little bit of battery, probably wants a little bit more than that for these last few corners, but it should be fine. Hold it flat through here. A little bit of a dip.
Bit of a lift.
Crosses the line, 27.5.
Oh, still pretty good for a banker. Chef behind has gone a second slower, so
Broncos invalidated.
say there's time in that. Got SJ finishing his lap now. Looking like pretty good lap. He's gone 7,000ths behind Chef. Got Flubber finishing his lap as well. Goes P2, half a tenth behind Cross Eyes.
Solid time for Flubber, who has been super quick. since he's joined the division.
Got MSG overloaded, who's finishing his lap now. It's very close to the wall on the exit there, but it's looking alright. He goes very wide there. It's only P5, 29.7.
Still struggling.
Plenty of time in that one.
Yeah.
Claire's finishing her lap now as well. It's a bit of a snap there.
Still a lot of batteries. Really needs to burn a little bit of battery.
Broncos in the pits. Ados swings it in the final corner. He goes third fastest. So the people that we were seeing that were quick in the sprint quali are still very quick. Seafolds has retired. Oh no, what's happened there?
Oh,
NZT Chef gets a 5th place and Seafolds is out of the qualifying. Doesn't look like he's got a pen, Seafolds, but I'm not too sure what's happened there.
yeah, that's interesting. That might be a bit of drama there after the for the stewards.
Was that on the stream?
I think so. That's Seafolds, but
I'll note it just in case. But
TMT.
yeah, Seafolds looking quick.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. TMT starts a lap looking to redeem himself after DNF in the sprint. Has been pretty quick as of late. Has unlucky season though. TP of RB. Burns a little bit of battery. Goes fastest, obviously with no time.
It's gone purple though, so that's quickest of anyone.
Is that
So
just a game though doing that with the when you haven't set a time? Or did they fix
I mean, I think if you're driving and it comes up purple, there are 5 people that are on you on the timing sheet at the top left. But because we're spectating, I'm pretty sure it's almost perfect. He goes very deep and very wide on the chicane. Yeah, see that time sector 2 wasn't purple, so I'm not too sure, but sector 1 was looking pretty clean.
Yeah, lost a little bit of time maybe in that second sector. See what he does coming across the line for his banker. Burning all his battery
Looking
now.
like a good lap so far.
Right out just to the line, P6, 28.4. So reasonably close from P4 down at the moment.
Yeah, there's heaps of time in TMT's lap, and I think he knows exactly where to find it. So that's good if he does know where to find it.
Yeah. Drift's got his teammate now ahead of him. Maybe a little bit of a tow here.
Yeah, it does look like Drift's on a lap, but not too sure. He's gone purple sector 2, so it's looking like a good lap so far. Can't say Bronco's going to be towing him though, so he's on his own for this one. Might have a little bit of dirty air for the last corner, but obviously in this game it's not too crazy. Burning his battery up to the line. Goes third. So yeah, very close there.
I think TMT's done. Claire might be the next to finish a lap. See if he uses a bit more battery this time. Still got a lot. There's a car right behind. It could be an issue here. Gets out of the way. Has to abandon her lap, I believe. I'm not sure if she's set a lap. I'm not sure what's happened there. Bronco, though, fastest in the first sector. Would have had to get a massive tow there, actually.
Just trying to have a little look. That's Minmez starting his lap as well. But yeah, again, the Haas just seem to be on top here at the moment. Mercedes are just on their laps as well. Choosing not to do the tow this time, so they might think that they can do it on their own. We've got a Googer in the chat. SJ's in here at the moment, mate. So come back later, I guess.
Googer, just being a Googer.
Yep. Silly little goofy goober.
Goofy Goober.
Goofy googer.
Bronco goes P2. They're 27.6. Solid time from Bronco. Matty on an outlap. Min-May on a flyer, so right on with him.
Yep.
Oh, jeez, I think he actually made
Bit of a snap there.
Yeah, I don't think he'd be happy with that. Loses probably about 2 tenths there. Still probably finish the lap to get a time on the board. Aiming to be
Burning the battery now. It's still got quite a bit, so I think that's the perfect amount to have for this last couple of corners. This is both the apexes there though, so going up to the final corner. Still going to put him right in the middle. Directly in the middle goes P6.
plenty of time for him to find on that lap. It's Vettel and Tyler now on a lap.
TM finishing here this lap as well. What happened there? I think he improved cross eyes. Wow. That's 3 tenths ahead of anyone. Yeah, we've got the 2 Mercedes now. Tyler's invalid. Vettel. This is looking like a good one. P2. Still 2 tenths off pole, so hopefully there's some time in that one. Broncos out of fuel. Lover's coming in.
Tudor about to cross the line. He will go second.
Whoa. P2.
Very
so
close
that gap
to
from P1 to P2 is coming down. If they just keep getting P2, that gap is going to be tiny. But Chef improves, goes to P8. So he goes up 1 position. Got, believe, Gangster finishing his lap. He didn't improve. Williams of ADOS starting his lap, but he's only on 50%. So not too sure if he's backed off too late or what, but
yeah, you might
interesting to see.
Yeah, probably just I don't know. Might have to just
Not too sure.
jump into the pits and just wait it out for his last run. But yeah, he's on 2 laps on that, and Matty invalidates. Sets a time.
Yeah, he's
though,
on an in lap.
Sorry, yeah, I missed that. Yeah, we'll jump into the pits, and everyone probably will return now to the pits and just wait it out for that last 3 minutes. There is some guys on laps I do. But, I think ADOS is still pushing. See what he can do here. He does have an Alpine in front. I'm not sure if he's just going to come into the pits.
Pushing to get back to the pits. Yeah, it's low on fuel, so let's come back in
Gangster
before that runs out. Really.
It's done as well. So yeah, cross size leads the way before the final Q3 or whatever we want to call it.
Oh, Matty's just hit the wall. Looks like he's escaped without damage, but yeah, you don't want to be doing that.
No,
And Gangster's just overshot the pits and very slowly into the pits, so we'll be holding ADOS up.
Very scared of this pit lane, I think. It is a bit deadly if you get it wrong.
Definitely can be, as we saw in the sprint.
Yeah.
And, you mess it up a tiny bit and then you're gone. So
Matty,
gotta be very careful here.
Matty warming up his tyres into the pits. And that is it. Everyone in the pits now waiting. It'll be a bit of a dull on track before that 3 minutes starts ticking. You see everyone pretty much dive out, but
I think we might see. Looks like we got the Astons coming out though.
Yeah, they might want to get out early to avoid the traffic.
Sorry, the Alpine. It's an Alpine. Yeah, or maybe just putting some tiny bit of extra fuel in just in case they invalidate.
Yeah.
It's MSG overloaded, so might as well just run on board with him.
Yeah, well, we don't have much other choice. He go out on his outlap and see if he can improve. He'll want a bit of a better time than 29.7. Did struggle in the sprint, but has the track to himself at the moment. Very quiet. Marshall's doing nothing.
Not much you can do when there's one car out on track, but if anyone else wants to go out now and get on the big screen, now's your chance. But doesn't look like we're going to be seeing any movement at the moment.
Yeah.
Everyone got their eyes on MSG Overloaded now. But people are starting to come out of the pits. There's a Williams there. That's clear. Just trying to beat the traffic out. Now everyone else is coming out. Looks like just before MSG. So he might have quite a bit of traffic in his way here.
Yeah. So maybe going out early to avoid the traffic might have hurt him here. He's got a lot of traffic ahead of him. But he's about to start his lap for what will be his final flyer.
Unless he invalidates and backs off. But yeah. So we'll see. Hoping there's no traffic in his way. It's definitely going to be a little bit distracting though.
Not ideal.
There is someone in front of him. Hopefully they know that he's on a lap. He gets out of the way, the Haas.
Yeah, that camera's angle makes it look 10 times worse than it is. But might get a tow, but he's lost all that now. No one in front of him really for a fair few sectors.
Yeah, he's 10th down. So say through sector 2 is where you can make or break your lap and your front wing. But if he doesn't improve, then he might just choose to back off and go again. Sorry, I thought someone's just hit the wall, but it's people just going slow. It's just about to say there's a Ferrari in the pits, but that's Seafoles. I'm not too sure why it shows him in the pits.
Yeah, I think they're trying to repair the car.
Possibly. Just watching the end of MSG's lap here. He's almost dead even on his lap.
Oh, geez, that was almost an invalidation.
Very close. Sorry, Seafoles, but not too sure what happened there, mate. But we'll see MSG's time come through the last corner now. This will be his last lap. And he goes 0.3 up, but he doesn't improve his position. So he will be hoping for the people behind him to just kind of invalidate their laps. But we have got quite a bit of people on laps now.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult to navigate, but I will just ride on board with NZD because he looks like he's one of the first, and the Williams of ADOS too, I believe. Or Claire, sorry.
I believe that's Claire, yeah.
Be the first, and then we'll see a rapid time increase here. Everyone's going to go faster now. The track will be red hot. No rain, but hopefully no invalidations.
Just having a look now. Someone has just gone purple sector 1, sorry, that's Bronco. ADOS is right behind SJ. So it's going to get held up a little bit here. They are both on laps. ADOS, wow. Has a little bit of a moment there. Almost just the wall. He's just backed off. Not too much he can do now. Get out of the way of the Red Bull though.
NZT coming through the final chicane. He'll see if he can hold it flat for you. He's got a little bit of battery, not much though. Backs off a little bit. Crosses the line, goes P8. Bit of an improvement. Flower goes fast. It's 27.2. Jeez.
These times are rapidly improving. There's Cross Eyes. We could see a 26 here.
SJ
definitely possible.
Can't improve drifts.
Women finishing his lap, goes P7.
Both Astons and
Bronco. Two-door. Doesn't improve. 2 tenths down.
Drifts.
Aston's in the pits.
Vettel can It's a bit up on his time. He goes P4.
Look for Tyler though. P6. There's Tyler's pace there.
No,
And
sure
I
agree.
believe that is it.
Be right back, mate, if you want to run us through the starting grid. Just gotta...
Alright. So for the feature, we have got Cross-Eyes, who got pole by almost 2/10 there. So that's an incredible job from him. Then we've got Flubber, Bronco, Vettel, Tudor, Tyler, Drift, Mima, Ados, and Maddie running out the top 10. All pretty close between them all. I didn't get to see the rest. Then there's NZT Chef with that 5 place. He'll go from 11th down to 16th, putting him just behind TMT and MSG there. But we got Claire in P12, SJP 13, Gangster P14. Didn't take a lap on the softs. TMT 15th, MSG 16th, David in 17th, and Seafoals after his little bit of a moment on the straight, starting in dead last. But yeah, it looks like a really good feature qualifying and even just a feature race on our hands here. Just going to make sure the race is dry or wet. Just getting the weather. And
Dry.
race does look dry, Dito.
Yeah. No rain. Well, not yet anyway. We're just waiting now for same thing. Everyone to select their strategy and setup and fuel.
Honesty, I did say that. So if you were paying attention, then you would have heard me. But yeah, super unlucky there. I'm not too sure what happened. It has been noted by the onboard stewards, so we'll just have to see post race.
Yeah.
It looks like we are about to go green.
Yeah, just finalising everything before they go green. I've seen some hard tides out, so I don't think anyone starting on the hards, but could be
Yeah,
interesting.
it looks like I'm going to be starting in a second. Here we are.
3, 4, 5 red lights. And away we go. Everyone gets off the line. No problems there as we see everyone go down into turn 1. One of the most daunting turn 1s of the calendar. The kick makes a little bit of contact, but just loses a few positions. No harm there, no damage. Everyone else shuffling for positions in that middle pack. 2 Williams swamping the kick of Minmay. Minmay lost a few positions there off the start, so a bit unfortunately there, but everyone else facing the right way, and Cross-Eye leading with.
Yeah, I'm just watching Seafoils here, already up 3 positions. We got Gangster sending it on Mimeh from a mile back, causing him to lose almost 5 positions there.
Minmay
Leaves the space for Seafoils.
Minmay now just really not the start he'd like. He's down to P14, but hasn't lost the pack, so he can always recover here. A little bit unfortunate start.
Just to the Alpine there.
Yeah, a bit of a silly move there. I hate these camera angles on this track.
There's a bit of chaos going on up ahead. Tyler and Tudor going at it. Tyler sends it up the inside of Tudor. Good move there.
Yeah, that was a great move. Very good on the brakes there from Tyler.
Oh, there's a big crash behind. It definitely looks like, I think someone's got damage. Ados has damage on his front right, side by side with Maddie. It's a little bit of contact there. Just getting the telemetry and stuff up as well. But look at that gap already from the front to P3.
Yeah.
It's already massive.
And drifts now, 2 tenths on Tudor, or 3 now, but everyone very close together. The gaps will start to spread out a little bit as the race opens up. Vettel in a similar positioning was in the sprint, but he's a teammate behind him, and they might swap positions here, but no, Vettel's going for the move.
Vettel.
On Bronco, gets it done. Good racing.
Just to point out something pretty strange I've seen that you wouldn't really expect to see. SJ's on softs at Singapore, where the tyres die in about 5 laps. So very interesting to see. I think Minmez had a bit of a moment, lost 2 positions there. Tyler gets past Bronco in... Where has he done that?
Similar spot to where he got the others that have done it then. Up at the P4 now. Well, I think he actually lost the position, just got it back then. Interesting racing here. Tudor really eager to get past Minmay down in P16. That's not the start he'd like. Very unfortunate. Buddy.
C4's up 4 positions now, so good start from him.
Yeah. SJ needs to make use of these softs before they die.
Apparently Broncos hit the outside wall. Just trying to see. Look behind, we got Tudor and Drift going side by side. Drift backs out. Claire looks to be looking for it as well. Just trying to see if Broncos got any damage. He does not have damage, so he'll be thanking himself for that. We've got the 2 Mercedes swapping. Even though Dynasty has said that the Mercedes won't be swapping positions, but there you go.
Yeah, it just lies.
Yeah, always with the Mercedes. There's a bit of chaos with Seafols and MSG overloaded. Seafols getting pushed into the wall. Left no space there. TMT looks for it around the outside. Can't get it done.
These guys having a little battle for the last minor points. Still plenty of points, obviously down to P15, so still quite plenty to fight for.
Yeah, we got the 2 brothers of TMT and Mima right next to each other on track here, so there's a little bit of a rivalry there. See if anything happens. Moving a little bit further up, though, this train is just pulled further and further away. Crosseyes and Flubber.
Yeah, absolutely. Matty is just hanging on the back there, just waiting for something to happen ahead. This big DRS train all the way up to B4 now. P3, sorry. Top 2 have sort of run away from it. Flubber applying a little bit of pressure on the back of Crosseyes. See if Crosseyes can hold them off here on the DRS. I think these guys are working together, trying to expand that gap a bit. They won't start really fighting for position towards the end.
Just watching Drifts now. Drift has got no battery. So he's just trying to stay under none and save some. But we've got Gangster and SJ going side by side. A little bit of contact on the entry. SJ tried to get the switchback and almost gets pushed into the wall there. So already I think the soft's starting to die off for SJ.
Yeah, I think so. They don't last long now. So we go.
So I saw Chef get past David. David obviously reserving up tonight from Division 6.
Yeah, doing well. Trying to hang on there. Just needs to wait for something to happen. It's like
Broncos just hit the outside wall.
Yeah. Tudor might line him
on
up
the exit.
Has to
it's going to be scary through here. He gets it done. I don't think Broncos got damage still somehow after that. No damage.
Yeah.
But it has allowed the 2 Mercedes to drive away, break the DRS. Drift has a little bit of a moment on the final corner there.
That's all it takes for the DRS to be broken. They're got a healthy gap now, 1.8 seconds. 2 Mercs swap position again.
TMT and MSG going at it. MSG's got damage. He goes off the track to take that position. I'm sure TMT would report that if he feels like he gained an advantage from that. But it looks like he's just going to get him back down the straight anyway. Got some side-by-side action with Gangster and ADOS yet again. And TMT up the inside of MSG. Minmel looks for it as well, but just can't do anything from that far back.
Yeah, there's moves going on everywhere here. Yeah, like you said, Gangster and ADOS battling it out for P10. ADOS still has no end plate, I think, on the front right of that car, so he's struggling, especially through the second sector. Drift, though, really close to his teammate.
It's just about to say. He has to go. He just has to go here. Both of them have no battery, though.
Yeah, they're really
And
starting to feel...
Tudor's almost caught up to the DRS of the two Mercs here. Just a little tap of the wall on the exit. He's really pushing this car, Tudor.
Yeah, he is, and he's doing well. And the Mercs have nothing there for it. They've been trying to DRS swap it to get away, but Tudor's just put in some really solid laps just then. Broken away from the Astons as well. It's still allowing Claire to really start to apply some pressure. They're really having to use some battery. Not comfortable.
SJ's in the pits already on lap 6, end of lap 5.
Yeah.
Didn't get a front wing change either, so that's just a strategy disaster class there. The two Astons make contact as well, allowing Claire to look up the inside. Doesn't work though. Gangster and Ados yet again going at it. Keeps his battery on mid-corner, taps the wall on the exit. Gangster. Also got MSG getting past Minmay. He was really just falling off the back of TNT. I think he might have some damage. MSG. He does on the left end plate. Oh, tries to go for the move in the twisty part. You can't get it done there.
No, you cannot. Meanwhile, wonder when Maddie and Claire make this move on the Astons, they would be starting to feel the time difference here. They seem to have a lot more battery stored up than the Martins are able to do. Claire's really sniffing for a position. The issue is when they're both teammates are next to each other, it's very hard to get the job done.
Can be very difficult. Seafold, no, sorry, that's just Ados in the pits. He would be changing his wing, I'd say. I thought that was around the outside of the final corner, but no, it was not.
Yeah, you can probably put on hards and go to the end here, but be a push. Both him and SJ will have to try that strategy and hope for a safety car at the end, maybe.
The crazy undercut. Two Astons go side by side. I think they're trying to work together here, but again, neither of them have battery, so it's just not going to work. They might just have to try and let Claire through and work with her here.
Yeah, I mean, they're starting to accrue a little bit more, but still under that 50% mark. Whereas Claire's got 100% and Maddie's got 80%, so they're really starting to feel the time loss here. They might be time to just let them through and see if they can stick on the back. It would probably be easier for them to hold the battery, but no one wants to just get the position away, especially two of them.
Exactly. But yeah, they both have saved a bit of battery, but again, Bronco just burns it on the straight, so he's left with nothing. And then Drift still on none, just trying to save it back, but yeah, it's looking not too great for the Astons here at the moment.
No, meanwhile, Crosseyes is very close to the back of Flubber. These two are battling out for P1. Great battling all race pretty much for these two. They're in their own little league at the moment. 5 seconds adrift, and Crosseyes is going to go for it.
Minmay gets a 3. Chef gets a 3 as well.
Penalties
so
locking in.
2 3-second pens right next to each other, pretty much.
Again.
Got Maddie and Gangster in the pits as well. Going for the undercut, the massive undercut. Undercut here is pretty big. I think in Division 2, Dale Bev's undercut Lamb by 1 lap, and it was 2 seconds. I think he caught up at 2 seconds in 1 lap.
Yeah.
Just because of the undercut, so it's pretty powerful.
Tyre wear is pretty massive here, so yeah. Makes sense. Tudor's really looking dangerous on the back of the Merc. Similar situation to two Astons. Mercedes, though, a little bit more comfortable. Got a lot more battery installed to defend off Tudor.
They can really just work together well, the Mercs. But yeah, compared to the Astons don't have too much battery. But Vettel is into the pits. So he might be going for the undercut to just try and break DRS from Tyler, because I can almost guarantee that if he can stay in the DRS, then Tootle would pit with Tyler. Vettel might just be doing that for his own race.
Yeah,
But, we'll see.
all these guys probably start responding to each other here. Cross Eyes to get the move done into P1. He's now leading the race again. So these guys will continue to just swap positions pretty much all race. No safety cars yet. Lap 10 or 9 out of 31. Still a long way to go.
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. And pretty common here. Just pretty common. So you do have to be careful with that if you do try and go for the undercut. But Tootle's right on the back of Tyler here. 100% battery. Both of them are 100% battery. So Tyler might actually be holding Tootle up to let Vettel get the undercut.
Yeah, possibly.
Definitely possible. But that would ruin his own race.
So it doesn't. They're not close enough, I would say, to be saying he's holding him up. I think Tootle, he's just got some serious pace at the moment.
Tootle's staying out.
And he's
So Tyler's in. Tootle's staying out. So very interesting to see where he comes out in relation to Vettel and where Tootle comes out compared to Tyler. But there is a little bit of traffic there that they might get held up in.
And just seeing where Vettel is coming across, he's got a lot of traffic out of him, so this might not have gone into the way you would like it. Chef and David going side by side, going straight. Oh!
Vettel just taps the back as Chef, but I think he's escaped without damage. And Tyler's just ahead of that pack. So, Chef probably wouldn't think about pitting just yet. David might. But, there'll be some pretty big information there for the kicks.
I'm not sure what's going on with Broncos Delta, unless that's just my screen, but...
I think that might just be you. I've got no issue, but looks like Chef might try and hold up Vettel as much as he can. Because remember, Crosseyes in P1, about to break DRS from Flubber too. I think he has done it. He's broken the DRS. So he's just got in front and then got up and gone. So
yeah, absolutely. And,
timing gap's not updating in top 5. I think that's on your end. Looks to be fixed now though.
Yeah, I think that was just a visual glitch on my end, but there's a big battle down the back. Vettel, Matty and Chef all battling out here. Matty and Chef going side by side. They're still side by side into the final 2 corners.
Whoa.
Oh, that was close.
How they made that work. But yeah, Tyler's just broken away from David. David holding up Vettel as much as he can, trying to let Matty through, possibly, who is now part of that pack. Remember, Matty was on the back of the Astons, so to be in this pack now, that's pretty good for him.
Yeah. Absolutely didn't work though, because Vettel did not get passed by Matty and he's back behind his teammate, but he's lost a lot of time dealing with all that. 3.9 seconds.
And MSG.
Frustrating.
Just, watching this, what I can imagine will be a battle pretty soon with Midman Tyler. Tyler's on the fresh hard. Remember, on the old mediums, might be trying to hold off Tyler for his teammate Tootle. Goes defensive. See what happens. Gets the grip, Tyler. Burning all the battery down the straight. But so is Minmay. Minmay has some damage on the right side and holds Tyler off even longer. So Tootle's in the pits now, and Tyler taps Minmay. Looks up the inside of the final corner, but it does not work there.
Yeah.
It's a bit squirrely, both of them there.
Still going, thinking about it.
It's a bit close. Bit close here with Tudor. But it looks like Tudor just backs out. So he's going to have the fresher tyres, Tudor. But, yeah, he's still where he was before. Minmay looks to be backing off to let Tudor through. Which is good teamwork from the kicks there.
Yeah, absolutely. Minmay obviously got the penalty. Tudor now, it has worked. Tudor's very close to Tyler, so that's done really, really good stuff. Yeah, Minmay playing the team game. A little bit
I can imagine we're going to see it for a little while longer as well, holding up Vettel and Matty behind.
See up the top, drifts trying to reel in a 7.7 gap now. I don't think that's going to be easy.
Sick Party's just wondering if we can see the pens.
Yeah, I did flick them on before.
Not sure if you... Yeah, okay. We've got Vettel on the outside of Minmay. Minmay's still trying to hold him off. Tyler gets a 3. That is not good for his race. We've got yellows. Chef has retired, and that's a safety car.
It looks like it's on track. He's still moving. He was on the...
He was still moving, yeah. I think he's hit the metal wall.
This was just a really big hit. We're going to see everyone.
I think that is the murder wall. Just the same wall that Matty hit in, I think it was the sprint. Whoa, that was close with Tudor. Whoa! Tudor's just been brake checked by... Oh no. Just been brake checked by Drift there. I think Claire has an illegal on him. What has happened there? That'll be noted by the onboards.
Yeah.
Claire and Tudor just can't figure it out, but that'll be noted. Hey, Yuki.
Drama on the exit. I don't know what happened there, to be fair. I don't even know what I saw there.
The safety car was just there on the outside of turn 3. Maybe Drifts wasn't expecting it and it's just slammed on the brakes. So Tudor's going to have to pit now, fix his wing and serve the 10-second. That'll really hurt his race.
Yeah, well.
And he might have to go from mediums and then back to hards. As I doubt mediums will go the whole way from here.
Top 3 pitting now too. So they will have to react, but yeah, drama on the safety car. Usually do see safety car breed safety cars or breed drama.
Look at Yuki. Yuki's just in the chat. The one and only Yuki Bear.
This
will
really help.
Comes into the pits now.
Really help bring the race back to the guys. Like obviously the top 2 were well and truly away from it. All that hard work's now going to go away. Tyler does have a pen, but we'll bring everyone into it.
So Tudor's just serving his 10-second now. He'll go right to the back. And fixing his wing as well, so that won't help.
No, that's really unfortunate. Minmay and Tudor both starting really well in this race, and Collie just has not gone to plan. That Kossai's in control under the safety car. Everyone done their pit stop. First safety car of the night.
SJ's actually stayed out. He's on 8-lap hards, which he pit to from the softs. So, yeah, he's just hoping for a late race safety car, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd say so. It'd be too early to put the mediums on, and you wouldn't have another set of hards. So, unless you went the harder compound, I don't think.
Not too sure. But Seafall's also on the fresh mediums. He'll be looking to go to the end, but Tudor can pit back to those hards that he was on before if he needs to, if he feels like those will be better.
Yeah, I'm not sure. They probably will get to the end, but it will be a push.
Yeah, I mean, 15 laps, or even 16 on mediums. Yeah, very big push there.
Unless it's worth just risking it and hoping for a safety car. Might be the go. Late safety car could play in their hands. They might be able to chuck the softs on and go for it in the end, but we'll wait and see.
He's coming back in, Tudor.
Yeah, he's going to do another
So
lap.
he'll be going to the hards.
He wants to be able to go to the end, which is fair enough. But now he does not have to worry about pitting again. He'll just focus on the job ahead. He's got a bit of a job. No penalties though, so I think we will see more and more penalties come in as we've seen over the last night.
So the pack's just catching up to the safety car now. It's kind of being held up a little bit. There was a little bit of a gap, but it looks to have settled down a bit now. Yeah, people getting very close onto the safety car.
Yeah, very close.
Dynasty, with that incident, I think they both were getting illegal overtakes. That's why they were trying to give it back to each other. So I'm not too sure what's happened there. But yeah, safety car was out.
Bit of drama. Seafolders will have to make use of these mediums on this restart. Big push at the start before they start to drop off. I think safety car will be in this lap, but it is a late one if it is.
No, doesn't look like it'll be in this lap.
No, go around again.
So yep, got another one. Another lap under safety car. There's a massive gap falling behind Gangster. So I'm not sure what's happened there. But it does look like it's pushing to catch.
Just be a mistake on
Yeah,
this.
he's caught up.
Just be careful he doesn't do
Whoa!
exactly that.
MSG. SG has just come storming in.
Yeah.
And almost past a safety car. But I think that'll be alright there. Very slowly.
Yeah, very.
Just going to say, I'm not sure if you have missions, but we could probably get a prediction going if you can.
No, I mean I can't.
I can't. Could probably get Dynasty to put a prediction in.
Yeah,
What do you
just
think?
don't have that.
Will there be another safety car?
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, we still got a lot of racing laps left. Still over 10 laps. Safety car definitely be in this lap.
Should be. If not, then EA just doing EA things. Dynasty's got an interesting one. It'll probably have something to do with the Mercs, I'd say. But let's hear it. Alright, which team will cause the next safety car?
Oh.
Okay. We'll pop that one in then. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do, I don't even know. How many options can you have? I think you can have 10. So do with that what you will. Dynasty, you're the one making the prediction, so. But safety car is in this lap.
Yeah, mate, you can take us away. The restart Crossire's just back in the pack up now.
Yeah, he's going pretty quick though, so he might be going pretty late on track. Um, just looking now, safety car is in the pit lane, so he can go any moment now. Flubber's right behind him and he's gone. Right on the final corner, right on the apex. TMT has got past SJ. TMT's in the wall. I think he might have a little bit of rear wing damage there. He got a massive whack on his rear wing. We've got Minmare and Gangster going side by side. Leaves. Whoa. Kind of got pinched a little bit there. I think Gangster got an illegal. And David around the outside of Gangster as well. Doesn't go through. TMT is losing it all sorts at the moment. Further up, we've got Drift getting past Claire. It looked like a pretty clean move there.
Very chaotic restart, but everyone facing the right direction. And the DRS training will commence, until start next lap. But see the gaps try and form. These top two will try and break away from Tyler. It will be hard now that he's right behind them. Don't discount Drift Sinclair. Tyler's obviously got that penalty, so it will hurt him at the end of the race.
Dynasty's put the prediction up. Will there be a safety car? Yes, no, maybe.
Didn't feel like filling out the 10 teams.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure how you're going to give a maybe for a safety car, but alright. We'll see. We've got Mime and Ados going at it. Mime gets past Ados. Has already dropped out of DRS. Ados has crossed the pit entry, coming into the pits. I don't think that was on stream.
No, it wasn't, mate, but you'll have it on your end.
Yeah, I can have it.
Let's see.
But yeah, Minma's already dropped DRS to Gangster now. Leaving TMT to take it. We got Claire and Vettel going side by side. Vettel goes a bit wide. Maddie around the outside. Tiny bit of contact there. Maddie keeps the position with Seafoals right behind.
The Seafoals go for the move now, but has to make use of those mediums, like we said. That 4 on those now. They will hurt pretty quickly. Going up the top, Tyler not letting the top 2 get away from him. Drift's hanging in 2. I think the closest battle is Vettel and Maddie at the moment.
Definitely looks like it. I'm just keeping an eye on the deltas. All the gaps between each car. It looks like Vettel's going to try and burn onto Maddie. Doesn't work. Tootle gets past TMT. So I think TMT's had another moment out of that corner. Just trying to catch the DRS of Gangster. Almost out of battery. It looks like he has done it. Using the DRS there, as I believe that was Flubber saying the fastest lap.
Yeah, he set the fast lap. Claire gets a free second.
No.
So that will hurt her race with Maddie in that range, as well as Vettel and Seafoals. So you see Maddie now just starting to get a little bit of break away a little bit from Vettel, trying to reel in Claire's DRS. There's a change for the lead too. Flubber gets the job done on cross eyes.
He was just let through, but up ahead, or further down, it looks like Maddie and Vettel are going at it. Tyler's retired. And he's hit the motor wall again. And that's another safety car.
Oh no.
So, not too sure what's happened there. Gangster's round 2. So I think he got caught up in that. No, that was the corner before. So I think he's just spun all on his own. But yeah, another safety car.
Oh, that's massive.
So
what's happened?
In that prediction, Dynasty. Quick. Before I put my points on it. Quick. But yeah, it's very interesting there. Dynasty might just be mourning his driver. That's why he hasn't ended the prediction. Sick Party wants to see pens again. Sick Party just likes ink pens, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's his thing.
What's your favourite colour? Pen, Sick Party. Let us know. But we see TMT pit off those 5-lap hards, so I think he has damage. SJ's pit as well. His tyres will be pretty fresh compared to everyone else. And the kicks are now back together, so they can try work their way through this field yet again. So TMT, SJ Gangster, and MSG are both in the pits. MSG is going to get held up because both the Alpines have come in.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Luckily under safety car, so we'll be able to... A little bit of damage
It'll be
control.
close with him and ADOS, I reckon. No, ADOS is coming to the pits.
I wonder what tyre ADOS is going to put in. I think he's been on most of his tyres. I don't think it's probably too early for softs, but he probably is the only tyre he has left.
Yeah, way too early. Just to point out, with that prediction, China had put 100 points on Yes, and he was the only one to do so. So he gets 5k back, which is a massive return there for him. So, hi Hado. Hado's in the chat now. I think I'm still banned from his Twitch stream. So
Let's see.
back in Baku.
Yeah.
Unban me, Hado. I think TMT's just lagging a bit. Or it
Dynasty
might be me.
confirming Tyler hit the murder wall.
Very easy to get murdered there, really.
Yeah, that's massive for the
Are
championship.
you able to watch TMT and just see if he's lagging or if it's me? I think it might be him.
Yes, it looks like it's him.
Yeah, that is him. He's all over the place. People are pitting, I think. Yes, that is Bronco and David into the pits.
Just see here if this hurt TMT is it starting to cause issues now as Gangster had to break quite early. Min-May's left
Min-Man
a
invite.
session. I think both of those guys are in the same house, I believe, so they're probably going to have similar issues.
Yeah, I think that's just the internet playing up. Send an invite is not on mine for me. TMT pulled his cord. Okay. Pulled his own cord. It's a better way to play it. Better way to put it.
Hopefully this gets sorted.
There he is. Just sent him an invite. Was there anyone else that left? Did TMT leave?
No, he has not yet, but he did almost just hit the wall.
Yeah, it looks like he's all over the place. He may need to leave and get that fixed if he can.
Yeah, I'm just on board with him. It's quite bad, but not sure what we can do about that. We just have to see.
Looks like he's on AI too, so this lag is just as AI. Unless it's... No, it's not fixed. Definitely not fixed. And the drivers have got deltas again?
Yeah, I can see the deltas.
No, the drivers have deltas. So they might be being told to pass the safety car, I think. But obviously that's not what you want. Is Minmay back in?
I think so.
Yes, he is. Just got confirmation from the team. Thanks, China. Alright, so safety car should be in this lap if Ados picks up the pace a little bit.
TMT.
But TNT
Doesn't look like it's improving too much. Actually, it looks like it's a little bit better.
looks like Minmez has fixed itself. So whatever he's done has worked. But yeah, hopefully TMT doesn't get booed from the lobby or disconnected.
Yes, as we'll probably have safety car in this lap, so hopefully he's got it sorted now. Doesn't get swamped on that restart. Bit of different tyre strategies. These guys on the mediums are going to be super quick. Into NCT
Chef,
this session.
He's DNF'd, so
Oh yeah.
he won't be getting back in. And safety car is in. And there's already another prediction. Which team will win the race? It's a very highly contested one with Flubber Crosseyes at the top. They've been up there all race. It's almost getting to that point where we talk about driver of the day, but not quite yet.
That's going to be a tough one. When does Flower go? He's letting it quite very right. Safety car is in the pits. He'll go around the final two corners here. Still not going. Jeez, goes very late. He's
Very, very
green,
late.
And that's
Whoa.
caused absolute chaos.
Someone's been caught off guard.
A lot of people have been caught off guard at the back, and there's absolute free wide into turn one. Love to see it from a racing perspective, but it could cause chaos. Everyone
Remember to leave the room on the
somehow.
outside. Gangster and Bronco are still side by side though. See if they can stick it.
Bromster.
Gangster at the inside.
Yeah,
Seems to work.
hung around the
But
outside
Bronco's
there.
burning.
Two-door and mid-may swapping spots.
Whoa.
Vettel and Seafalls going side by side. Different tyre strategies throughout. Everyone on different sort
Oh,
of
SJ.
pace.
SJ looks to have just cut across Minmay there.
He's
Not too sure.
squeezed in the kicks here. There's chaos at the tops.
Whoa!
Seafalls goes deep under
Seafalls
brakes.
is just, yeah, very, very deep. He's got damage. Even more damage now. He's hitting the wall again. Doesn't look like Vettel has any damage.
Gangster and TMT battling it out too. Doesn't look like that lag's an issue anymore. So Gangster see if he can get past here, but Bronco very eager also. Oh, Gangster moves twice on the straight. He has to be careful on that, and that causes Bronco to react and loses his end plate. Oh no, he
Whoa.
doesn't. Bit of debris. It's just a game, but
Might be MSG. MSG's got damage. I don't know if it's from that same incident. He goes off the track. Gets a 3 second. Ados is looking for it. Around the outside of MSG. Whoa. Gets pushed right to the outside. That is a very dangerous move there.
very interesting moves on the safety car restart. Vettel needs to get past here. He's down in P7 now. See if he can get past. There's battles up the top too.
Cross and drift. Side by side. Keep their positions, but Flubber's just driven away. Clay gets another 3. TMT goes for it on Minmay. Minmay's off the track. They're 3 wide. Oh, behind. Broncos spun. I think he's just hit the back of Minmay. TMT goes around the outside
Bronco.
of Gangster.
Broncos
Even
just,
more contact.
Yeah, Broncos just hit the side of the Alpine and it put him into the wall. It's chaos in
Oh
this
no.
restart.
That'll be noted. As long as it was on stream,
So it was, I
which I
believe.
believe it was.
Yeah. But yeah, very interesting here. Everyone trying to just survive here. Seafalls in damage control too. Lost that end plate. He'll be under pace deficit now. He's still looking quite dangerous. He's got the pace down the straight compared to the other guys. Might give him what he needs to break away. But he's got... Actually, I don't think he has any end plate. Or is it just one missing?
I'll have a little look. He's got neither. So it's doing very well, but Vettel looks up the inside, but chooses to back out. They're braking very early. Ados gets a 3.
Yeah, so did Eshte there too. So penalties are starting to roll in now.
David gets past Ados into turn 1. Wow, that was a good move there from David. We got Drift and Crosseyes making moves. Drift onto Crosseyes. Both of them have no battery, but already broken 3 seconds to clear. Drift just taps the motor wall.
This battle in the middle here is really intensifying too. The guys really eager to get past. Fresh tyres around them. Seafold somehow managing to get that car around through the second sector. It would be an absolute nightmare to drive. This is going to cause Vettel to be really slow up. You have to take evasive action. You have to get past there very soon. But the issue is that Ferrari is too quick in a straight line for any of these guys to react.
Whoa, SJ has sent it onto two-door. SJ with that pen as well. It's only 3 seconds of him, so he might be thinking that he can get that removed. Looks for it on Vettel. Seafolds gets a 3. That's massive for his race.
Oh, Vettel going for it on Seafolds. Kills out of it. Has to react, but that was almost going into the back there. You know, get out of the way. That SJ also had to react too, but SJ now on a charge, looking like you, like you said, might want to be able to get that penalty removed, or trying to break 3 seconds ahead. Vettel.
Yeah, remember he's on fresh mediums. But Vettel's going for it as well. And the outside gets it done. SJ up the inside and now the outside.
God, they gotta be careful there. He doesn't get squeezed or lock of the wheel. Pulls out of the move. We'll have the toe now, but that Ferrari is too quick in a straight line with no wings. Probably best for Seafolds to box and.
I think it's just going to stick it out.
Yeah.
So close to the end. They are getting very close behind. He goes very deep into the hairpin. SJ is going for it. He gets it done. He's in the wall. They're both in the wall. That will be noted. Most definitely noted. SJ's in the wall. He's just given up.
No, I think he actually tried to make that corn and no wing. Just switched straight into the wall there. Jesus. Another safety car. 3 safety cars.
MSG has crashed as well.
Under safety car.
Yeah, he's hit the motor wall. So I wonder if we'll see anyone pit. Doesn't look like it. Softs. Yes, Minmay was going to go in, but chooses to stay back out, which you can do. You just can't cross the pit entry and then come into the pits. Ados, SJ in the pits. Softs can probably go the whole way from here.
Yeah, there's nothing else to lose if you're that. Then everyone's in the points now, but chaos there. Multiple incidents on the safety car restart, but not sure actually what happened. Claire's left the session. Hopefully we can get her back in. Track position is key. Yes, absolutely, mate. When you're down the back already, it's probably not the worst idea just to chuck some softs on.
Do you have Claire added? Because I do not.
I do not either.
Alright. Share a message.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get her back in before the safety car. We'll have to come in next lap, I'd say. Saw this in Div 4. In Div 2. Safety car right towards the end. Of course, out of chaos, everyone trying to get past in that sort of sprint race towards the end. Not many people on new tyres though, to add to the chaos.
Dynasty just in chat saying that AI might hit. Looks to be staying out, so that's good for Claire. Hopefully she adds me so I can invite her back.
Yeah, hopefully.
Looking like a good race from her too.
Yeah, the penalties will hurt. 6 seconds dropped down a little bit, but not a bad debut for sure. As
David's in the pits now.
yeah, David's in the pits on chucking on the softs.
I think it's about time we discuss the driver of the day, Dito.
Yeah, I mean, oh god, I'll have a look at some position changes. It's a tough one, eh? I mean, Drift's up 5, Clay up 7. Does have those pens though. How's drawing? I mean, I would say as a, I mean, I don't want to. Probably 2-door from going all the way to the last and coming back, and maybe. I don't know. It's a tough one for driver rotators order picks.
Yeah. I was thinking, got Dynasty and Plugger in the chat.
I was going to say,
I
wanted to say Claire, but I'm the TP of Williams, so that's up to someone else to say.
Pens as well. It's kind of
the penalties is tough, but you know, on debut it's hard to ignore.
I think Ados is just past Minmount, the safety car, and Claire's AI is overtaking. Not too sure, but
I don't think Claire's actually breaking in.
Not too sure. The telemetry looks a bit dodgy, but see when Flubber goes. And he's gone already. Ados has passed Minmare well before Flubber's even gone. So that's already heaps behind there. Minmare and Ados going at it. Ados on the fresh softs, Minmare on the old hards. Minmare goes off the track. There's contact. Minmare gets another 3. Loses a position to SJ as well. They just need to finish this race. Everyone who finishes will get points.
Ados big move down the inside, trying to get it done on the softs. Is Claire back in?
I don't think so. She's losing heaps of time, so she's in the lobby. She might just not have lights. Yeah, she doesn't have lights.
That's a shame. See moves here, everyone trying to get past the AI. It's really hurt Maddie's race. Cross-Eyes, Drift and Flubber leading the way now.
What do we try and get Claire to do?
If she's
try and get her to retire?
Yeah,
she can retire, but...
Won't call it a safety car, but...
Oh. Yeah, just retired. That's probably the right thing to do. Yep.
I think she's left and it's retired her anyway, so...
Yep.
Unfortunate there. We might have to go for another drive for the day then.
Yeah, just look at the position changes. Oh, someone's gone very deep into the first couple of corners. There's contact with David and Gangster as well. But,
absolute
I'd say driver of the day to TMT. Gone up 7 positions.
Yeah,
obviously I can't pick my own driver, so.
And a big lag too. Yeah, TMT would be a name,
Yeah.
I'd say, and Maddie would also be one to watch. just to have two names. This battle though, as we on the second last lap, the top three have basically been battling each other all race. Drift joined the party late on, but this top two, Cross Eyes and Flubber, they've been leading the whole race pretty much since the get go. Again, Drifts make a move on Flubber on the last lap. They both saved it. The Drift hasn't managed to save enough battery, I don't think, but Flubber only has 32%. All the top three have under 30% battery.
Yeah, they're all really just trying to push onto this last lap now. But yeah, Flubber has a bit of a moment there, trying to break the DRS, but maybe overdriving the car just a little bit. Has allowed Drift back in.
Vettel and Matty
again, no
too,
battery.
battling for P4.
Toodle's got 100% battery, so he's going to be looking for a move as well. But Vettel up the inside, which now turns to the outside. Oh,
Toodle forward
Matty.
about it too.
Yeah. There's a gap there, but that just closed super quickly.
Vettel now needs to try and hold off.
See what happens now.
The top positions are still decided. I don't think Drift can reel in Flubber. I think he's got it. This P4 is the closest battle at the moment. And SJ and TMT. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Toodle's just gone a little bit wide.
Vettel just holding this gap. I think Matty doesn't have an answer for him. Vettel just got enough battery. There'll be one more DRS pull. Oh no, there won't. Sorry. We have one more opportunity, but I don't think there's enough. But Flubber will pass the line in P1 with a great win. Drift P2, Cross Eyes P3, Vettel will seal the deal in P4. Matty P. Oh god, Toodle had a bit of a squirm over the line.
Yeah. Same with Matty.
Bronco moves up to P8, David up to P9, SJ down to P10. Min-May will cross the line, but he will lose that position to Gangster with that pen.
Yeah. Pretty chaotic race there.
Yeah, long one with the safety cars, but very chaotic for sure. I think the driver...
David's actually been given the driver of the day. But what do we think?
I'm gonna go...
what are our picks for driver of the day?
I'm gonna go TMT.
TMT? Yeah, I can see that. I think that's what we'll go with.
That is your finishing results for the race, and we will try and get these guys into the comms box. Flubber, Drifts and Cross Eyes, but what a race. A lot of guys making up a lot of positions in that one, and a lot of penalties too, which didn't help in the end there for some of them, but you know, only 4 DNFs, which is not ideal, but and Claire, sorry.
Yeah, I believe Claire will get a point for that as well, because that was the tech control glitch.
Yeah. So. Yeah, very unfortunate. It looked like big points there, but that penalty would have hurt 6 seconds. Would have dropped her a fair way down, but would have been in the top 10 nevertheless. Disconnects in EA again.
Working on getting these guys.
But yeah, that was a chaotic race, mate. I mean, with, very similar to Div 2 and 4 last night. Lots of drama. Singapore always delivers, not much rain, but so we do have Cross Eyes in the comms box.
Yep. Gonna see if these guys want to join in.
Cross Eyes was our P3 anyway, so we will kick it off with him. Mate, Cross Eyes, you were in control. You had the real solid pace in quali. And it looked like it was either going to be between you and Flubber tonight. Obviously, Drifts joined the party in the end there and took second off you, mate. Just tell us a little bit about your race, mate, how it unfolded on your end.
Yeah, look, it wasn't a bad race. Like, I broke clear, and then my teammate thought it was a good idea to put it into a wall and bring a safety car out. So it was a bit frustrating. Yeah, I don't like overtaking. Points are points. If I knew we had pace on the P4, so as soon as Drift passed me, I think I tapped the wall and felt like I got a bit of damage as well. So I'm just happy to finish.
Yeah, mate. Well, yeah, you should be obviously on the podium last week and this week now, so big points for your team, and I'm sure you'll be stoked with that. But I'll hand you over to Whiff if he's got any questions, mate.
How's it going, Crosslights?
Yeah, mate, not bad.
Yeah, another podium for you, mate. That's 2 in a row now. Did you think at any point that you were kind of like out of the podium chances, and then obviously you said there was a safety car that came out and helped you, or kind of hindered you a little bit?
Yeah.
Did you kind of think that you were out of it then, or what?
Nah, it came out at an okay time. I was about to box that lap anyway, so got a free pit stop out of it. But I knew I had pace. Like, I got pole in the sprint and the main race, so I knew my 1 lap pace was there. It was just I didn't want to end my race by pushing too hard. So I was just happy to get away with the podium, and yeah, Hato was in there saying podium's good, so I just didn't force it too much and bin it myself.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's what we saw a lot of in that race, just people trying to overdrive the car a bit and just crashing into what seemed like the same wall, which we started to refer to as the murder wall. But yeah, good race from you, mate. How are you feeling for, is it Brazil next? Yep, Brazil.
I'll turn the game on half an hour before, and I'll do 3 time trial laps, and then see how we go. Same thing I do every week. This game is just, I'm over this game, and yeah, the less I play it, the better I seem to go. So why tempt fate?
Well, yeah, I think everyone's getting kind of sick of this game. Got F125 coming out soon, so we're looking forward to that. But yeah, good race, mate, and
appreciate it.
Good luck next week.
Cheers, mate.
Alright, we'll jump over to the driver of the day quickly before we go to P2. TMT, mate. It was a tough pick, obviously, with driver of the day tonight, but you had your work cut out for you. You had the disconnect. I'm sorry, the EA glitch and lag and everything like that, and you seem to make up a hell of a lot of positions in the end. Now, I'm not sure if you can hear me, mate, but yeah, just tell us a little bit about how you managed to break through there. It looked like a lot of chaos in those last safety cars. So how did you make it through, mate?
Good question. I got stuffed over under the sprint race, whatever, like corner 7 or whatever it is, that little right-hander. I got bumped into that inside wall, and it was just race over from there. And then the feature, I actually was putting together quite a nice lap in my final run, and then there was a car which was it had already finished, or it had invalidated or something up a bit up ahead as I was coming into the final chicane. And they didn't impede me, but you know when you got a car up in front of you and you're not 100% sure what they're doing, you'd hesitate.
Yeah.
I did that one, and then broke about a mile and a half too early, turned in at the same rate as I normally would braking, and then just went straight through the chicane. And I just about continued the car straight. Then I was ready to just chuck it in the wall, but I figured I probably shouldn't have that. And then. Yeah, the start of the race was weird. We got held up a fair bit in traffic, and I thought I'd actually done great because I was still out when the first safety car had come out. I was running fourth, and I was like, "You beauty, I'm going to get a cheap pit stop here and be in some good position." And then I came out 11th, and that was a pretty humbling experience. The fact that everyone else had pit under regular conditions, and I was still behind most of them.
Yeah.
And then it was just up and down from there, because on the restart, I'm not sure if it was just my game or if it was what happened or what, but it felt like everyone went, and so we started going, and then everyone was kind of bunched up again just before the line. And so I avoided any contact, but then I got hit from behind and lost about 4 or 5 places. And then I had to play recovery again. May or may not have made a slightly elbows out overtake on my brother, but it's alright. He'll come back and hit me back if it's that bad. And then, it was just survive the rest of the race. I don't know how I actually did. There were, I think, 3 crashes right in front of me. There was the Seafold SJ incident, which brought out the last safety car, and I'd literally just said to my race engineer just beforehand that we're in an 8-car battle, something's going to happen. And then, sure enough, about half a lap later, there was a collision and a couple of DNFs, and then it was just try not to lose places on that last restart. And I think I gained 1 and finished 7th, so... I mean, I'll take driver of the day. I don't know if it was necessarily driver of the day, more or less survivor of the day, but we'll take it.
Yeah, mate. Well, good job from me, and I'll hand you over to Whiff, and I'm sure, hopefully, your luck turns next week, mate, and you get a little bit further up. And but yeah, good job, mate.
Thank you.
G'day, TMT.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously, as you were saying, just survivor of the race. You, I believe, went up the most positions in that race. You said that it was kind of a little bit elbows out onto Minmay there.
It wasn't.
Was it
fully
just on
elbows
him,
out.
or was it just on him, or are you expecting more pens coming your way?
Oh no, it was the only overtake that was really any form of elbows out was the one on Minmay. There was a safety car restart, I think it was the second last one, and he was running 8th, I was 11th, and he ended up getting passed by SJ, and Tudor got by him as well, and I was like, alright, come on, you've got a 3-second penalty and you're on old hards here, just let me by, and we don't have to make things difficult. I'm scared enough to overtake him as it is, because I don't want to take him out. I've done that once before and it didn't go down well. And then, sure enough, he didn't want to do that. And so down the DRS straight to end out Sector 1, he burned a bit of battery. I burned a bit too with the DRS, and I was on his inside. There was still more than enough room on the outside for him. I think he got through well and truly within track limits as well, but there was a little bit of contact in it, but not too much. I tried to fend off Gangster so that he could keep just the position behind me, but I think Gangster just managed to edge him out through the next corner. But it was a good bit of fun. He hasn't come in yet and complained about anything, so it can't have been too bad.
Yeah, well, you might just be listening to this interview, but you never know.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, try not to take on my drivers, mate. But
I didn't take him out. To be fair, I was closer to taking out Tudor than I was Minmay. I was very tempted to send a move down at the end. I wanted more points, but then I figured that's probably not smart, and so I let Tudor kick his position.
That's what I mean by drivers. Don't kill them.
I know, I didn't. Hey, I thought about it and made a decision that was beneficial to your team and to my team. It is okay.
Fair enough. But yeah, another good race from you, mate. And yeah, congrats on driver of the day.
Thank you.
Alright, so we'll jump over the drifts now in P2. Mate, solid race. You sort of snuck out up on the top 2 in the end there, and really gave it to them. And snatched away some big points, obviously, off Crosseye. Just tell us a little bit how you managed to get into that, mate, because it didn't look like it was your race. It looked like you and your teammate were struggling for a while. But yeah, mate, you got there in the end.
Yeah, it was just keep doing laps pretty much. Yeah, I had all the boys from the Aston in the Discord, so they were just telling me that gaps, and yeah, just seemed to like was trying to stay awake. I did a 14-hour shift and then bloody hopped on and raced, so
Yeah.
I'm pretty knackered after all that. But yeah, no, it was a good race. When Tyler hit the wall, I was right up him, like up behind him, so yeah, I almost sconced him. But other than that, it was a good race. But that Ferrari is bloody quick. I couldn't keep it up with him, so yeah, GG's for Ferrari.
Yeah, mate, massive points for you and Aston, so you must be stoked with that. But yeah,
100%, bro.
yeah. So hopefully we have a chat with you next week, mate. But you're looking forward to next week.
What is next week?
Interlagos, I believe.
It's Brazil.
Brazil.
Yep.
Oh, Brazil, eh?
Anyway, I will
Looking
hand you over
forward to
to
it,
Whiff.
How are you, Matt?
You can make yourself.
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Yeah, look, another podium for you. Looks like a pretty good race there. Again, with the safety cars, it kind of seemed like the likes of Cross Eyes and Flubber were just ages away, and then safety cars came out, and you did well to stick with them. I asked the same question to Cross Eyes. Do you think that you were kind of maybe on for a win, or even just a non-podium before those safety cars, or what was going on there?
I don't know really. Like everyone was really fast, those top four, because even in the sprint it was sort of the same. We were pulling away from the packs, and then I know Cross Eyes. I think it was Tyler or Cross Eyes. They keep like losing DRS, so safety cars come along. I was like, oh, that's good. So just try to stay in DRS the whole time, but burnt up my tyres at the end there, and yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, well, looks like a pretty good race from what I saw, but yeah, congrats on another podium, mate, and best of luck for next week.
Alright, cheers boys. I'm gonna be
Fair enough, mate.
Alright, over to our race winner, Flubber, mate. Mate, it looked like you were pretty much in control, you and Cross Eyes tonight. I mean, that'd probably be my only questions. Did you feel like this was your race? I mean, you had the pace. Did you feel like in any time that you weren't in control?
I'd say probably in the sprint, to be honest. That was probably the worst performance. I just couldn't get the speed out of the Q1 really, so kind of put me on the back step in the sprint. I knew I had the speed. It just once the top five kind of left the rest of the group, I couldn't get back in that DRS, so kind of just had to mellow out in the sprint. But yeah, in the main race, yeah, just kind of tried to not push the tyres too hard, just keep it easy. At one stage, I over pushed a little bit when I got in the lead, so I let Cross Eyes just take over again, just to kind of settle the pace down. But yeah, other than that, it was pretty clean race. Yeah, no issues on my end really. So
yeah, mate. Well, that's awesome to see. Obviously, you've been in the comms box a fair bit in Div 5, feeling comfortable now. Being signed to Ferrari, so I'm sure we'll see you in here a little bit more before the end of the season, and obviously maybe next season looking like a championship, mate. Battle on the line if you continue on. So good job for today, and I'll hand you over to Whiff.
thank you.
G'day, Flubber.
Hey, how's it going?
Not too bad, mate. Can almost guarantee that it's great there for you as well. With yet another race being up there. But,
yeah, it was. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No, you go.
You know, it was it was a pretty solid main race. Yeah, as I said, it was just had to pretty much keep the tyres in check, and then before that safety car came out, my tyres were kind of on the edge, so it was pretty close to pitting anyway. So that kind of saved me in a way. And then yeah, those two safety cars in on the second stint really made you not really worry about the tyres so much. So which was a good thing because tyre wear's pretty hard around here. So
yeah, tyre wear's not too great at Singapore. We saw a couple of people on the softs, and even before lap 10, they were just gone. There was some people just giving up because of it. So yeah, good race from you. Good strategy as well. Saw you kind of just staying up the front, especially with cross eyes for most of it.
Yeah, he had actually pretty good pace. Like, especially he was in the lead for most of it, so I just kind of stayed with him. But no, he had pretty good pace, getting 130s at the start of it. So yeah, that was definitely a lot faster than I thought we were going to go tonight.
Yeah, well, he got pole by 2/10, so he was looking super quick at Singapore, and you kind of just stuck with him for a lot of that time. So did really well in that instance. But
No, it was a good race. So, but yeah, thanks to Ferrari obviously, and thanks for doing all the racing and all the commentary and all that you guys do. So thanks to you guys.
Cheers, mate.
I really enjoy it, so I'm sure T does the same. But yeah, good race, mate, and yeah, good luck for next week. Hope to see you up there again.
Oh, fingers crossed. Hopefully it's not just luck.
No, I don't think so, mate.
Won't be luck.
Oh, fingers crossed anyway.
Alright, that's it. That's our top 3 all interviewed, and we'll wrap it up there. It's been a late one tonight, so I'll thank our sponsors, of course, before we head off. Thanks to everyone for joining in tonight. Of course, good job to the top 3 and everyone for finishing the race. Unless you have anything else to say, mate, we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, just make sure to join us tomorrow for Division 6, and then Wednesday for Division 3, where myself and Tito will be fighting each other to the death, maybe.
Hopefully,
Never
mate.
know.
Hopefully. We'll see.
Hopefully I just don't hit the murder wall.
Yeah. Plenty of racing yet to come, though, this week.
Gonna be chaos.
Alright, guys, we'll wrap it up there. We'll see you all tomorrow. Cheers.